Hi, Hokies. Welcome to Career Q&A today. My name is Jonathan Byers. I'm a career advisor in the Office of Career and Professional Development. And today's question relates to the topic of how can I network while being asked to work, live, or go to class or study remotely away from other people. There are several ways to network. Today, I'm going to focus on one resource, LinkedIn, that can be used as a resource for networking to help you kind of move forward in this process. So as of right now, during the COVID-19 pandemic, we're all asked to work from a distance, work remotely. But again, how do we move forward with networking? What I'm going to do now is share my screen with you. I'm going to pull up my LinkedIn profile. And so when you log into LinkedIn, and if you're not familiar with LinkedIn, LinkedIn is often called the professional Facebook. So if you don't have a profile, you can create a profile and then go under me. I'm going to view my profile here. And then when you get to your LinkedIn profile page, I'm going to take you to the Virginia Tech page through LinkedIn. So anywhere where you find the new VT logo, and for most of you as students, it's probably in your education section. But for me, because I work here at Virginia Tech, it's by my experience and by my job listing. I'm going to click the new VT logo. And this will then go to a page that will allow you to look at information about Virginia Tech. So the Hokie Bird's hanging out up top. On the left-hand side of the screen, we have a small menu. You can look at information about the university. You can look for jobs. And there's an alumni portal. I'm going to hit that button. And this will take you to the algorithm that will allow you to look for Hokie alumni in different ways. You can look based on where they live or based on where they work. So if you have a certain employer that you are targeting, or if you're looking to apply for an internship, you can try to find if there are any Hokie alumni that work for that employer. Or if you live in Northern Virginia, you can search by location, so the DC area or in Richmond. Or if you're from New Jersey, for example, you can look in the New York City area. There's also a next button here up top. So if you click that, you can also look by industry. So if you're curious about Hokies that work in engineering or operations or education, you can look by that. Or you can look by your major. And if you don't see your major listed here, you can actually plug in your major, click the add button, and I'm going to type in history as an example. You may not find the exact wording, but you can click history, and this will then narrow down your search. And as you may have noticed, the number of alumni dropped. Before it was a lot higher number, but now it's targeting those alumni that may have studied history, that are currently studying history, or have a connection to that particular major. And if you scroll down, you now have some various profiles you can look under. So for example, Cameron is a current student majoring in history, and then you have several alumni who did major in history. So for example, let's go to Daniel's profile. And if you're curious about what he's done, click his name like I just did, and you can read about his current position and what he's done. And let's say you want to connect with Daniel, click your connect button. There's also a feature where you can add a message. I recommend doing this. You don't want to do a blind connection through LinkedIn. You want to let the person know why you're connecting. So with this, you can actually record a brief intro to this message. You can record your name and who you are. You can say, hey, my name is James. I'm a current junior majoring in history, and I'm curious about your position. I'd love to hear more about your career journey and how you got to your current position. And then start a conversation and see where that goes. And that may lead to you getting questions answered about how to navigate your job search during the pandemic right now or in the future. Or you may get questions about how to move forward with the application process. So I'm going to click cancel to get out of this box, and you can go back to your page. And if you go back to the back button to our previous screen, you can also search by keyword. So if you have a particular industry that you're curious about, you can actually do a new search. You can X out the current search. It will take you back to the original screen, and you can search by keyword based on industry or any employer that you're curious about, and then try to find alumni that apply or have a connection to that area. So I'm going to stop my share. If you have any questions about this topic in particular or any other topics, feel free and reach out to our Office of Career and Professional Development. You can go to our website at career.vt.edu. You can make an appointment through our platform Handshake to meet with a career advisor either now or in the future. If you have a comment or want to submit a question to Career Q&A today, you can put your comments in the chat feature, or you can actually send an email to our office at cpd@vt.edu. Thank you for your time today. Stay safe. Have a great day.